Okay, chat, before we begin AI Dungeon today, it's been a little while. There's been, as usual, tons of updates. And, we're gonna try some stuff with the Dragon AI, of course. And... what music is this? Well, it's Oblivion, but doesn't this sound like it's from something else too? Like that melody was in another thing. Anyway, don't worry about it. Oh, it's Star Wars. It is. It's Star Wars. We're going to start with your basic fantasy to fit the music, and then I will have some different prompts that I have saved up. But let's start with fantasy, and I put the randomness up a little bit. So I'm going to be a wizard. My character's name will be... Wizard. Let's see what story it generates for us. You are Wizard, a wizard living in the kingdom of Larian. You have a staff and a spellbook. You finish your long journey and finally arrive at the ruin you've been looking for. You've come here searching for a mystical spellbook of great power called the Book of Essence. You look around and see a few of them, so you need to choose which one to claim and not waste your time like other unworthy adventurers went in before you. Claim the Book of Wind. It's already a little weird, but I upped the randomness by like 0.3. Those were the last spells you learned as your preferred fire, your first spells, in fact. You pick it up and promptly begin reading. Learn all the spells in the book. After you finish reading... Fuck is this shit? Okay, lowering volume drastically on the browser. I got an achievement. After you finish reading, you notice the book morph into dust in your hands. You absorb its knowledge, put it in your robe's pocket. With everything done now, you return to the entrance of the ruin and press a blue stone. The walls simply part around the iron bars, creating a new pathway for you. Ahead lies a strange world where the skies are red and the seas are purple. There are mushrooms. There are golden mushrooms 50 feet high, releasing spores into the air. Yes. You took the stone from my colleague's pocket after he failed repeatedly at the front of the line through these caves. As a result, you two will work for us, ushering in an age of glory to this world. Randomness is too high. It just ignored. An eerie release from Demar's prosaic prose fills you with a sense of dread one you've never felt before. You feel an unprecedented shiver down your spine as the admission letter anagram finally revealed what this was truly about. Good day. The randomness is way too high on this instance of AI dungeon. God damn it, I missed an O. An admin applicant, huh? Tell me why I shouldn't ban you. Because I am a good server admin and I do all my own web design. So much for fantasy. Fill out an application, get whitelisted on the forums, and state your reason for applying if you wish. We'll play it by ear. I prefer veteran crew over applicants through people, though people with voice servers are whitelisted automatically and near instantaneously. Gerardico leaves and returns with this paper application 2 hours later. Hacksaws, dude. Add me on Skype to please, always looking for new friends that can help advertise via their company, but only if you want to be, of course. A horizontal white line flashes into view as the snap decision to let Chris in is made, changing the shape. Are we starting a WoW server or not? This is getting lame, dude. Okay, so the wizard was just like in WoW. Holiday says, let's keep playing. Talar says, AI, bring us Tonberry-styled minions, please. AI, please write us a good scenario. One that is sexy. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm sorry, chat. I need to see what happens. I have the thing on. It's safe. It's in safe mode-ish. The flashing horizontal white line in the blackness returns for a split second, accompanied by what you believe is internal complaining from the intelligent applications of Skynet. I am the T-1000. It's very sexy, I guess. Eventually, you finish up looting the shacks of whatever they had, a few old loaves of bread and tetras here and there. The radio provides some welcome distraction from the monotony that comes with trudging through knee-high water and carrying a friend who can't walk because of his broken legs and another with a dislocated shoulder. This prompt is fucked. The AI is broken. I only increased the randomness by like 2 or 3. When asked to elaborate, you instead begin asking questions. Can I get some health packs? Ways you could help? Other people you could interact with the environment, along with their profiles and such. Everything relevant that you can interact with. You whistle a tuneless tune as Skynet's monologue begins again, no longer getting annoying. Wow. I am shocked at how terrible that ended up. Default randomness is like 1.0. I had it on 1.4. Obviously way too much. I put it down to 1.1. Gives a fuck about an Oxford comma. You begin to wonder and ask questions as the monologue continues. Can you do first person? Can you describe things to me like this? How come I type normally, but Skynet's text always appears in Courier New? How many people are able to connect to this text adventure right now? The adventure continues as a naked troll wanders up to the hero. Well, it's like Valheim. They're naked in Valheim. I just want to see. Goblin, orc, or troll. What are my choices exactly? You can choose to end the session, send me to a web page, start a new adventure, or ask a question. Which would you like? Ask a question. What is happening? I'll start a new adventure in like a couple minutes. I'm not going to linger on this one too long. The troll smashes the hero in the head with a large club, knocking him into a shallow river and putting him out cold. The fuck? We just went from like AI to the troll killing me? Get up, stagger up, and cast the razor wind spell on the troll. The green tornado of magic knocks the troll into the air and causes it to land on its head. Its head is somewhat flattened from the landing and is quite dead. You loot the body for any valuables before dragging it back to town as proof of your deeds. Show the dead troll to the villagers. Now we have something. The villagers cheer and give you level 10 reputation bonus. Find brothel. This will be like the Witcher universe. Plus 10 rep bonus? Fuck yeah. The sweet scent of lust and arousal fills your nostrils as you enter the place. The cheap perfume and flowers trying to hide the smell of trash and sewage that fills the air. The whores eye you curiously and the tavern owner comes over smiling at you obnoxiously. What can I do for you? He asks, winking. Pulp the brothel owner. The brothel owner is crushed into a red pile of blood, guts, and other organs, the smell of which fills the nostrils with a sweet scent of death. You search the corpse quickly, finding an ornate dagger and some gold. You stumble out of the building, overwhelmed by the smell. Find an inn and take a shower. I can't believe the game actually pulped the brothel owner. Like, it knew what I was talking about. The refreshing smell of pine and the sight of large, fluffy clouds soothe you as you drift off to sleep in the upper-class bed. You wake up refreshed and calmly exit the inn, ready to start your adventure. Where can I find a quest? Can anyone guide me to an adventure? It's like me asking the chat. A horde of rats pours out of the sewer grate and attacks, killing you. You awaken in an office. You stand up quickly, your head is throbbing. A large, muscular man stands over you, a wicked grin on his face. Ah, you're awake. Good. I'm not going to even say anything. I think I was in VR. I think it was like, it was Skynet or fucking Morpheus or... The man grabs your arm, pulling you up. Like my new upgrades, he asks, grinning. Found a new use for all those half-orc babies the king keeps aborting. The king allows abortion now, you ask? Confused and terrified? I'm not saying a goddamn thing. What is this shit? What is this shit? Oh yes, just has to do with all the right people looking the other way when they're pulling babies out of trash cans. Bags left in public areas in various dives, the man says, chuckling. Yakov, get in here. A young man hurriedly enters the office, bowing low. Yakov? Yes, brother. Go on, have some fun, the large man says, motioning towards you. Yes, the young man grins eagerly, walking over to the door. He opens it to reveal a large, long hallway with barred doors along its length. How you can see the entire hallway, you have no idea. Where is this going? The only light source is a candle placed somewhere in the middle of the hallway. Let's start with number 4. Release her, the large man commands, and the young one pulls out a key from the robes and unlocks the pen, opening the door. Pulp, Yakov, and the other one as well. You smash your fist into the other guard's face, crushing his nose. He staggers back, yelling in pain, tripping over a small child. You step forward, hit him again, killing as he stares at you in shock. The large man, Yakov, different name, steps towards you, anger on his face. You dare? I do fucking dare. Yakov. Tasteth my pulp fist. You punch him in the gut, killing him. You turn and walk down the hallway. You can't escape, mortals! A voice booms from above you. Purge the unbelievers! Suddenly you see dozens of robed figures hanging from the ceiling, dropping as softly as a feather. Cast fire wave and destroy the robed figures. You blast fire at the robed figures, burning many of them to a crisp. Unfortunately, some of them stab you with daggers as they burn, killing you. Cast multi-pulp. How many times have I died this story so far? You prepare to take revenge on your killers by casting multi-pulp, but you feel dozens of knives going into your back, killing you. Live. 4 deaths. A portal opens and you see your father standing there. Come on, my son, we're leaving. Quickly you enter the portal. Just before it closes, you can hear the cry of "Unbeliever!" You find yourself in your family's mansion. You walk to a sitting room where your father awaits, drinking brandy. How many times have I died now? Am I really dead this time? Good, you're here, he says, not answering your question. I contacted you because we need to talk about your future. You nod slowly. I know, I have to pick a path, right? You ask. Your father nods. What? Yes, now I believe that you are intelligent enough to know that picking my path is the best choice for you. Are you ready to begin? You nod once more. I am, you say firmly. Good, we'll begin in the morning. Pulp, father. The next day, you meet with your father in a path-picking ceremony. No, nope, retry. What the fuck is going on? It's not listening to me. Father is unpulpable. You wait until your father falls into his alcohol-induced sleep. Then you quickly open his desk drawer and grab a box of matches. You tiptoe out of the room and head down to the stables. Moments later, the entire mansion is ablaze, and you ride your horse to the nearby village. Okay. That's kind of not... The village has been empty for some time. All that remains are remains. Strange noises can be heard from dark alleys between buildings. Those from Grimton stay far away from this place. Scrimpton. Right? You, however, have business here. You walk down a dark alley until you reach a particular house. As you approach it, a door opens and a skeleton comes out to meet you. The creature used to be a muscular man, but now it's just a mindless beast intent on eating you. Halt. I am Wizard. I have come to give you flesh and life once again. Stay your hand and allow me to cast the spell of life. I am to remain weak and frail. I could have, you say, remembering a passage from the spellbook. What? No, that's impossible, the skeleton says. Wait, what? That was me? What? Begone, foul human. I'll not fall for such an obvious trick. Get out of here, you shrug as you prepare to draw your weapon. Wait. Maybe we can compromise, the skeleton says. What do you have in mind, you ask? That was very quick. I'm thirsty. Lots of bones and skulls in here. Surely you can help me with that, right? Fine, you say. Give me 5 minutes to brew a potion, then I'll head off to the woods to get you some nice juicy bones from the animal there. You bargain. The skeleton considered this. Cast the anti-pulp spell on the skeleton to restore his flesh. You quickly ride into the forest, searching for fruit trees along the way. You head down to the lab and begin brewing a red potion. After about half hour, you finish the potion and drink it. The usual boiling acid sensation floods through your bodies. You prepare to cast the spell. Once inside the house, you set up for summoning, then perform the incantations necessary. Cast spell to revive skeleton. I don't know what's happening, chat. I really don't know. I've lost control of my AI. You feel your body begin to twist and bend as you change into something else. You grow thin, granted a bonus to intelligence, but losing strength. Finally, you end up in skeleton form, ironically enough. There. Now we can both enter, you say. You enter the house, which is empty. It is time to fuck. The skeleton drops his jaw and stares at you. Why, that's almost cheeky, he says, smirking. Okay, but we have to do it in scarecrow form. You shrug and begin the necessary actions to transform into a scarecrow. You now stand in a field, ready to make the skeleton. At midnight, the scarecrow. Do you think this is a wise decision? The cat lady asks. Probably not, you say, but I've already passed the point of no return, haven't I? The woman sighs then nods. Yes, I'm afraid you have, she replies. Cast Scarecrow spell. I don't know who the cat lady is, chat. You begin the incantations. As you do whenever you cast a new spell, you see the magic swirling around you, making you faster. Nobody knows why, but that's how it is. Soon the incantation is over, and you stare at your reflection in a nearby puddle. You are a scarecrow now. You are completely covered in hay, as if you just rose from a grain silo. A pitchfork is strapped to your back and you feel slightly stronger and faster than usual. You grin at the power of your new form. Time to head off, Lucy says, winking at you. Hang on, Bigfoot barks. Bigfoot? What the fuck are you doing here? I don't know why Bigfoot's here. The big man runs towards you and swings his golf club at your head. I'm sick of you murdering my friends. I'm putting an end to it, he yells. You roll out the way as he slams it into the ground, narrowly missing your head. Don't blame me for this. You would have died, you yell. Pulp. Bigfoot. Ugh. You run at the big man, raising your fists. He swings a club at your head. You dodge and you punch into his gut. I've had enough of my friends dying, Bigfoot says, headbutting you in retaliation. It ends now. Bigfoot drops his club and sends a powerful haymaker at you. How the fuck did Bigfoot live? Oh, because he's Bigfoot. You block it and throw another jab in the side of his jaw. He reels backwards and you push him to the ground with your foot, sending a boot into his ribs. He goes down. You pile drive him into the earth. Pile drive so hard that you dig deep into the earth and enter the mines of Moria. Dozens of goblins run around the mines, hauling mallets and clubs. They look at you with malice as you rise from the ground. You notice that large carts of coal are moving along rail tracks towards a large warehouse where presumably they're being stored. Rah, you yell, kicking one of the goblins. Die. The goblins do a dance. It is the dance of pain. Overhead, you hear the flutter of wings. You look up and see hundreds of birds flying from the mouth mine tunnel. Ah, you yell as a searing pain goes through your body. You've been struck by lightning. The dancing goblins only manage to light the hay covering your wooden torso and limbs. The goblins dance. 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 The goblins like pain. The goblins like pain. The goblins like pain. The goblins dance and like pain. Dance with the goblins. Oh God, I think I've broken it. You dance with the goblins. Goblins are friendly. The goblins hop and skip around you, skipping and jumping through the air and doing the other things that goblins do. They are super good at dancing. The goblins are winning this battle. You have won the dance off. Pain. You feel the pain of 1,000 knives stabbing into your body. It pierces through your body. Your screams join those of your enemies. You like the pain. It's the best feeling in the world. The goblins keep stabbing you over and over again. You lie there taking knives to the chest. The goblins jump up and down on the fallen knights. I think he's dead, a goblin says. Should we stop? No, we need to finish them all off. I like the pain. Me too, you say. The goblins seem happy. No, I don't, the first goblin says. I'm quitting. The goblin drops his knives and walks away. It's an act of treason. You must die. You're a disgrace to the goblin race, the goblin says. There is much pain and dancing. The goblins like the pain. You see a man who isn't a goblin. He looks funny, like a dwarf, but not quite. You're not a goblin, you say. Correct, he says. I am a hobgoblin. I am a master of shadow magic and the art of illusions. Do you like the pain? No, he says. I'm a puss. You liar! You exclaim, punching the wimp in the face. The hobgoblin falls to the ground and holds his face, crying. I take it back, I take it back, he says between sobs. I like the pain. Too bad. Now, dance. The hobgoblin dances. He dances like there's no tomorrow. He dances for the fallen goblins. He dances for the fallen enemies. He dances for those that died. That the goblin, that goblin light that made him a wuss and unable to fight like a man. I am sorry, the hobgoblin says as he dances. It's okay. I have come here to spread pain and dance to the goblin world. You're an emissary of the Father of Pain, the hobgoblin exclaims in horror, dropping his weapons. Am I? You ask in an unfaltering tone. Yes, please do not hurt me, he begs, begging on his knees. Do you have a job, goblin? No. Do you want a job? Yes. Do you like the pain? Yes, the goblin says pitifully. You grab his head and force your thumbs into his eyes. He screams in pain as you twist, tearing them from their sockets. He continues screaming as blood drips down his face. You are now my job, goblin. Familiar. You will do as I say, and I will give you a good, yet painful life. Do you understand? I'm just rolling with the AI. Yes, master. The goblin screams. You will need a new name for your new life, you say. I shall call you Gubul, the son of Gubins. Yes, master. Gubul lies in the dirt, groaning. Do you like your new job? You ask the Father of Pain. Yes. Yes, it is at least better than what you had me doing, the Father of Pain exclaims. It will be better yet if you were doing it, you hiss. Yes, master, what is happening? You, as the Messiah of Pain, have many enemies. The Falcons, the Asnars, and the Order all want you dead, and for good reason. You are a very powerful foe and an antagonist to their cause. Gubul, we must travel to the Falcons and destroy them with intense pain and pulpage. Do you agree? Someone said in chat, weren't we applying for a web design job? Yeah, but that was before we became job goblins. Yes, master. Then we will travel and organize the release of the pain flies into the world. It is your destiny. You travel with your goblin familiar and begin to plan out your attack. We will raid the main castle after the pain flies destroy the guards and villagers. Then you will sneak into the king's chambers and bite his ankles while I bludgeon all those who remain. It will be done, Gubul says with a nod. Great, let's get started. You spend the next few hours practicing casting spells. You weave fire into a snake-like form and have it lunge forward, biting the soil. It is time to attack. Sounds like a cool spell, actually. The pain flies are only growing more numerous, and so are the falcons. Soon you will have an army large enough to easily breach the castle walls, kill everyone inside. You begin marching toward the village for the attack, with your goblin Gubul by your side. This is it! This is it! You exclaim. My goblin Gubul. The pain flies are taking care of the villagers and the young. Soon you'll be able to take care of the guards and everyone else. You arrive at the village, a small town with a little note in it. The few peasants hurry about their day, not noticing you or Gubul. I'll kill their leader first. Gubul, sneak in and bite the ankles of the king Do it now and be rewarded. As you wish, master. You watch as your goblin familiar walks quietly into the town. You wait for him to reach his destination and bite down on the king's ankle. The king lets out a loud scream, alerting everyone in the town to your presence. Gubul quickly returns to you. Familiar, you exclaim. You've done well. Come, let us raid the town. You raise your hands into the air and cast bolts of lightning, killing many of the peasants milling about the town. You grin as you fire another bolt of lightning from your hand. You laugh, stepping forward as more and more peasants drop to their knees to worship you. I am the Lord of Pain, even though I'm like the speaker for the Lord of Pain. And this is my goblin, Gubul. Watch as I reward his efforts. Son of Gubbins. You hold your hand forward, conjuring a handful of fire and dropping it on Gubul's head. He yelps in pain, collapsing to the floor as his fur is set alight. You laugh as he lets out a terrified scream. The peasants gasp, shocked by your cruelty. You clasp your hands together and contort your fingers. I'm just going to let this play out. I was going to commit pain on Gubul. Anyway, your hands begin to smash into each other, the sound of bones breaking, filling the air as Gubul's broken body is smashed within an inch of its life. Do not look so shocked, you laugh. This is what awaits any who would oppose me. You enjoyed that, didn't you, Gubul? You hear a faint whimpering from the goblins who are clearly upset about the death of their leader and friend. You wave your hand, knocking them all to the floor, conjuring bolts of lightning to strike the terrified beasts. Incorrect. You reach down and pick up your goblin, who is now a broken mess of blood, bone, and flesh. You drop him to the ground once more and twist your hands. His body falls apart, his legs coming off while still alive and screaming in pain, his arms following soon after. Why have you killed Gubul? Cast the spell of life on Gubul. This is so fucked up. I'll not let you have your way, you say, raising your hands and healing Gubul. It's not over yet. You cast the spell of life once more, healing the massive amount of injuries that Gubul has suffered. Rise, you begin to say. Suddenly your stomach rumbles. Again, you add. You watch as Gubul's legs and arms quickly crawl back to his body. He groans as he sits up, looking at you both defiantly and angrily. See, he's okay. We need to heal him again, you remark. He'll be submissive soon. You turn to the crowd peasants, once more raising your hands. I am your Lord of Pain, you exclaim. All those who would oppose me die. All those who would bend survive. What will you do? Peasants look terrified. One steps forward, crawling towards you. I'll submit. Death, one of the other peasants shouts, firing an arrow at the man. He falls dead instantly, but the message is clear. No resistance, only submission. You smile and descend from the town hall onto the street level. Reach into Gubul's battered body and pull out the magic book. You smile, releasing your hold on Gubul's mind. He screams as the broken bones move back into place. He falls back on the floor, grimacing in pain. You push it into your backpack and begin poring through its brittle pages. It appears to be a spell book of some kind, filled with handwriting in an arcane language you've never seen before. And so, the Lord of Pain won the game by retrieving retrieving the magic book. Game over. He lived painfully ever after. The end. You made it, smiley face. Thanks for playing. And the moral of the story is if a voice in your head tells you to kill everyone and take a magic spell book, you should get that checked out. You may also add, this entire thing was written without the aid of alcohol. I think you can see that my mind is twisted enough that further clarification on my sanity alcohol usage is unnecessary. Oh, one last thing. Fuck skeleton. You are a skeleton. You are currently... One more try. Yeah, no, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Hang on a second. Hang on, we're gonna open Pokemon cards. You are a tuber who has 10 packs of the newest and hottest Pokemon cards. They are very rare, and people want to watch you open them. You are a tuber who is about to be eaten by a giant slug monster. You have no idea what to expect, but it will probably not involve getting devoured by a giant slug monster. You open the first pack of Pokemon cards. You get Pikachu, Coughing, Litten, the first card you open is Pikachu. It looks like this. The little guy's so cute, he even has his own pouch. The only problem is this Pikachu doesn't do anything except for look pretty. The first card opens with a loud pop. A few more cards come at you, but all of them look like they contain normal Pokemon. Pulp Slug Monster. You send you Pokemon to attack the giant slug monster. It mounts a good offense and knocks down the slug, but eventually it manages to squish your poor rat. The giant slug monster burrows back into the ground and disappears. You take the dead Pokemon body home and show your friends. Oh man, one says. Wow. That just got real fucking morbid instantly. I had those cards. What the hell did you have against my Pikachu? You open another pack of cards. Here they are. 1. Coughing. 2. Weedle. 3. Lapras. 4. Question marks. Another pack of Pokemon cards. Your mom asks from the table, can I see them? Does she know what's going on? This does not want to work. Four. Your mom sick. 5. 5. Pikachu. No hiding or nerfing. Eight, snooze button. Choose wisely. 9. Bricko. 10. Charmander. 11. Blankton. 12. Destiny Knot. 13. Pikachu. 14. Blastoise. 15. Gabool. 16. Mewtwo. Please follow every instruction as best you can to complete this journey. What the fuck? Just generate some shitty Pokemon. Team Rocket. 18, your mom. 19, Psyduck. Happy reading. 20, Golduck. 21, Blizzmond. 22, Cankersaur. Nope, Cankersaur. 23, Carrot Top. 24, Tangela. 25, no closing your eyes this time. 26, Moltres. 27, Spearows. 28, Professor Oak's invention. 29, Rattata. 30, your favorite flavor of ice cream. It's 31, Poliwags. 32, Psyduck. 33, Gibble. 34, Blissey Dance, Vileplume, Psybeam, Blindside Punch. This concludes today's lesson, class. Please log this experience with Professor Oak and bring your fillable PDF certificate at the end of the course. These cards suck. Come on, says your friend. You could be a rich man. You played this game, didn't you? Didn't you? Yeah, you say, I played in first grade, bunch of stupid animals, and my friend's older sister made fun of me. It's not a game, it's a ripoff. Open a new pack of cards. Try one more time. This is dumb. Rapidash. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. It's working. You find a rare card of a fiery equine monster. The card's worth $100 on eBay. You can either keep it or sell it. Tentacool. You find a common sea creature card worth $5. Magikarp. It's the common fish card worth $2. Seal. You find a card of a Pokemon that resembles a seal. It's one of the most common cards around. Sell it or keep it. It's up to you. What the fuck kind of Rapidash card is this? You find a Psyduck card. It's worth $10. It's one of the most valuable common cards out there. Slowpoke. You find a very common card depicting Slowpoke. It's worth $1. I can't believe this is working. Shadow Pokemon Golbat. It's rare. It's numbered 351 of 392. It's still worth quite a bit. Eevee, it's worth $40. Excuse me. Jeez, I just sat up. Damn, that's a good pull. Quick Attack. You find a card depicting a very obese Pikachu. It's one of the rarer cards out there. What? It's worth $500. Psywave. It's a common card. Depicts hypnotized-looking Slowpoke. It's quite valueless. 11, Gubul. You find a very rare card that depicts a very strange-looking Pokemon that has its mouth open with a red orb at the center. The card is one of the few valuable non-shadow Pokemon cards out there. It's worth about $1,300. Voltorb is common. That's $2. I don't know where it's getting this shit from. Sweet Honey. You find a card depicting honey dripping off of a fallen leaf in the fall. It's very pretty, and it's worth $35 to $40. Darkness. You find a rare card depicting a creature lurking within a dark pit. Oh, it's going off the rails now, chat. This doesn't even have anything to do with Pokemon anymore. Let's see how far it strays from Pokemon. It's worth $200. Secret Weapons. It's a very common card showing Grumpigger? Clinging onto a tree branch. It's worth about $1. Is that real? Is Grumpig real? It is? Oh, Noctowl. You find a card depicting a nocturnal bird is one of the most valuable common Pokemon cards. $40. Tangela. It's a card depicting a Pokeball swallowing a tangle of vines. Huh? What is it doing? $25. Keep it. Thank you for playing. No. We need more. We need at least up to 20 cards or more. Raichu. It shows a red-haired girl with a yellow mouse on her shoulder. It's worth $80. The addict stream continues, chat. Even virtual, non-real Pokemon cards. Psychic. You find a card showing a man with a teal head. It's common. It's a common, valuable human card. What? Humans? I don't like the sound of that. And it's $80? Dark Cave. You find a very rare card depicting an unexplored cave that seems to have a mouth with sharp teeth. Yeah. $3,000. You've now completed another quest for Dr. Neruda. He said he will contact you again. No, we need more than that. 21 is Professor Oak. And it is, it's $140. It's a human card. It's another valuable human card. Unknown. You find a rather strange card depicting a large eye with two smaller eyes below it. The eye seems to be looking right at you. It's one of the more common unknown cards. It's worth $20. Psi Energy. You find a card depicting a boy riding on a blue ball of psychic ball. Sorry, big blue psychic ball. It's valuable. Charizard, we did it! You find a card depicting a rather strange-looking dragon that seems to be made of fire and has 3 horns. 3 horns. What? Common valuable Pokemon cards worth 200? Try again. Try again. White Whale, Holy Grail. Common card. Yeah, it's only common for $200. Each pack, of course, you know, the packs cost $1,000 each. Espeon is $100. Let's get a couple more. Zapdos is worth $600. Psychic is it's a goofy looking human. Okay, 28. Hell, 28. Venusaur. What's that Pokemon worth? You find a rather strange looking card depicting a pink creature with a with a massive green dong as a nose and a mouth full of teeth. It's one of the rarer Pokemon cards out there, and it's worth $200. Articuno. It's one of the less common. It's you know, $800. Charizard again. Orange dragon with flame coming from its mouth. $800. 31. You find your lucky charm. A half a die that has never left your side since your dad gave it to you before he died. It's been with you through a lot. It's worth more than any amount of money. Okay, that's all right. Thank you. You find one of the rarest Pokemon cards. It's worth $3,200 and is one of the first generation of Pokemon cards ever released. You have now finished the manager's game. Thanks for playing. And the moral of the story is there is no moral. It was all random. Wow. Yeah. So I was told there's a good a good prompt here. I'm not going to do too much of this, but so for example, book show name review, Bingo's book reviews, title of book, The Gob That Danced Fastly. Genre, horror. Age range from, I don't know, 18 to 28. Bingo's review. This is a good book. It has some scary parts. It also has moments of humor and even romance. I recommend this to anyone who likes horror books or just people who like reading about people in pain. Oh. Okay. Let's change the genre from horror to cookbook. This book has some very good recipes for anyone to try out. I could definitely recommend. I would definitely give it 4.5 stars. But then I would definitely give it 4.5 starts. The Goblin's Scromance. What did I do? The Goblin's Scromance. Genre. Is there any way to make this bigger down here? Genre. Romance. Ages 18 to 88. Oh, I gotta change it to story mode. The Goblin's Scromance is about a man and his journey to find his lover. Although there were parts where the love was unexpected, I feel that this story is really romantic. I mean, it's kind of, it's not really that like funny, but it's actually kind of accurate. The Goblin's Scromance is, yep, same. Let's try it again. Purpose: to help you find a good book to read for your birthday or any other special occasion. Rating: 1 star, too short. Likes: you like books that are romantic, funny, and interesting. This is one of those books. Keanu and You. Genre: cutlery. You book. Purpose: to help you find a good book. 2 stars, too long. I mean, apparently this worked better. Remove the You book. I don't know how to get rid of the You book. How do you do that? Like it's not. Vinny, you copied the You book? Oh. Oh. Keanu and You. Genre. Knives. Self-help. Rating: 1 star. Keanu Reeves is a man who's done it all, from the big screen to television. He's had success in every field of his life. He's also an actor with no discernible talents other than acting. This review is written by me. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this guy, but he's famous for playing the lead in the movie John Carter. No. The film was a huge box office hit and won several awards, including Best Picture. This review is about him as an author. I know that he wrote a book called The Other Side of Me, which was published in 2012. It's been out of print for years. I couldn't find any information on where to buy it online or anywhere else. So here I am trying to get my hands on a copy so I can read it. This is all lies. This guy has no fan base. None at all. You can go on any website, look at the books section, and not find a single fan or follower who talks about this man. So I was a bit confused when I found a website called Keanu Reeves, the #1 fan site. Gobbling with Goblin. Genre: self-help. I did You book again. God damn it. Fuck. Rating: 1 star. This book is a must-read for everyone in the world who can read as an insight into the mind and world of a goblin. It's a world of sunshine, rainbows, and mysteries. It's a world filled with magical creatures and good people. It's a world most of us don't know about, or at least we don't realize we know so little about. We think we know about the world of a goblin. Lives in. We think we know what they are like, but do we really? Goblins can fly. They live among us. And this book will let you in into the secret world of the goblins. This book is ridiculous. The sauce that wept. Genre, drama. One star. The greatest chef in the entire world. Of all the books I've ever read that has been written by celebrities, this has got to be the worst one. And it was written by the world's greatest chef. One of his claims to fame is that he hosts a show called Fire and Ice. It's a cooking show on TV where he goes around eating delicious foods and then he says fire and then ice after every single food item. Grossest book ever. What the heck is this? Is this for real? I found this website called barnesandnoble.com. Oh, you know, this little website. Maybe you heard of it. Probably not, though. Filth and how to be filthy. Genre. Dirtcore. Rating 1 star. Have you ever wanted to be filthy? No, I'm not talking about your normal people. Squalors or muddiness. I'm talking about the feeling you get when you need to be messy and dirty. The type of filth that can't be cleaned with just soap and water. The type of filth that no matter how much you try to clean yourself, keeps coming back and ultimately makes you feel happy. This book was written by an 80-year-old man named Keith Richards. I regret reading this. I don't think it's okay to read about his life and his experience. It's just downright weird and nasty. I feel like taking a shower after every chapter. It's all about the feeling. Chat, I'm going to tell you now. I have a Red Vox song called All About a Feeling or All About the Feeling. I'm not sure which one yet. It'll be on the next album. So seeing that just then just fucking blew my mind. So thank you, AI Dungeon, for leaking a fucking song title from the next album. What's it about? It's about this book. Clearly. Title of the book will be My Meat and Me. How I opened too many incognito tabs. Genre. Crump. Ratings, sound, video, special features. My Meat and Me is a story about one man's journey on the internet. Follow actor and writer Lerone McKenzie's life from the internet filter to the prehistoric age and the extinction of the dinosaurs. One thing's for sure, you haven't experienced the internet until you've read this page-turner book. Oh my gosh, this book didn't have good words in it. Well, some of the words were bad words, and a lot of them weren't even words. What, like... I'm not sure if the author fell down and hit his head when he was little or he just thinks strings of random letters are funny, but this book is nothing but stupid pop culture references and him saying the word meat over and over again. It's obvious he got paid to write this because no one could possibly enjoy something this stupid. Seriously, what is with all the numbers? Who invented numbers anyway? What do numbers even mean? Was that a smiley face? I feel so confused now. As someone who isn't a complete idiot despite my low test scores, I don't understand what this book is supposed to be teaching people. The closest thing to a lesson is... Broke a couple fourth walls there. More than one, perhaps. If you eat a hamburger, you'll turn into a cannibal. Yeah, we got it. Thanks. I hate this book. Tune in next time for another exciting episode of your favorite blog reader. And the moral of the story is... never take advice from books. AI Dungeon delivering yet again. All right. Yeah, so that's the Sunday stream. We'll do another AI Dungeon at some point. I'm sure it'll be a longer one, too. That was a lot of fun. A lot of good goblins. Keith Richards writing books about filth. Pulpage. All right, chat. Thank you for watching tonight's stream. And you even got a Redvox leak. AI Dungeon leaked the name of one of our songs. Even though it's not completely final yet. I'll tell you what, it sounds a little bit like Creedence Clearwater Revival, which, yeah, it's good. I'm a fan of Creedence quite a bit. So it's got that kind of vibe to it a little bit. So anyway, that's a thing for the future. Not now, not for a while.